The scratching on the door intensified, nails clawing at the wood with a maddening persistence. I could hear Lucy, or whatever she had become, whispering just beyond the threshold. Her voice was distorted as if something else was speaking through her. "There's no escape. It's already inside you." I swallowed hard, forcing down the rising panic. My hands shook as I scrolled through old campus archives, desperate to find any information about the pool. There had to be something, some story, legend, or forgotten warning. My breath quickened as I skimmed through articles about the campus, students, and strange disappearances over the years. No one ever mentioned the pool, but there were rumors about the old building. Then I found an entry from the 1800s buried in the campus records. The building had been part of a secret society, a cult almost, dedicated to the Dark Waters, an ancient force worshipped by early settlers. They believed the pool was a gateway, a portal to another realm, where something inhuman resided. The settlers had sealed it away, but over time the seal had weakened. The cult had reawakened it, drawing the students in one by one. It all made sense now. The sleepwalking, the pool, the twisted version of Lucy. They weren't just being pulled into the water. They were being claimed by it. My blood ran cold as I read the final line of the document. Those who return from the water are no longer themselves. They belong to it. Suddenly the door rattled violently, snapping me out of my thoughts. Lucy, no, the thing, was trying to break in. My heart pounded in my chest as I backed away, frantically searching the room for anything I could use as a weapon. My eyes landed on a heavy metal lamp, the closest thing to protection I had. The door splintered, the wood cracking under the force of whatever was slamming into it. Then, with a final deafening crash, the door burst open. Lucy stood in the doorway, her eyes glowing with that sickly, unnatural light, black liquid still dripping from her mouth and hands. She smiled, that twisted, too wide smile again. "You can't fight it," she whispered, stepping into the room. "The water calls for you too." I gripped the lamp tightly, my pulse racing. "Stay back, Lucy. I don't want to hurt you." She tilted her head, her smile widening. "It's too late. You've already heard the call." Before I could react, she lunged at me faster than I thought possible. I swung the lamp, catching her across the shoulder, but she barely flinched. Her strength was unnatural, and she slammed into me, knocking me to the ground. The lamp flew from my hand, clattering uselessly across the floor. She grabbed my wrist, pinning me down, her face inches from mine. I could smell the sickly metallic stench of the black liquid as it dripped onto my skin, burning like acid. Her eyes, glowing like dying embers, bore into mine. "You'll join us soon," she hissed. "The water is in you now." I struggled beneath her, panic surging through me. I could feel the cold creeping up my arms, spreading through my veins like ice. Was she right? Had I already been infected by whatever was in the pool? "No," I grunted, summoning every bit of strength I had. I twisted my body, kicking her off me with all my might. She staggered back, surprised by the force, and I scrambled to my feet, grabbing the fallen lamp. She was on me again in an instant, but this time I was ready. I swung the lamp as hard as I could, connecting with her temple. She let out a terrible screech and stumbled backward, black liquid pouring from the wound. But she wasn't done yet. Her body convulsed, twitching unnaturally as she rose to her feet once more. "I won't go back!" I screamed, slamming the lamp down again and again until she stopped moving. My chest heaved, my arms trembling as I stood over her motionless body. The room was deathly silent, except for my ragged breathing. But then something moved. Lucy's body twitched, and from the corner of my eye I saw the black liquid seeping out of her, pooling on the floor. It was alive, shifting and writhing like a nest of snakes. It slithered toward the door, back toward the source, the pool. Whatever had possessed her was retreating, returning to its dark sanctuary. I knew this was my chance. I couldn't just run and leave it there. I had to end this, once and for all. I grabbed my phone and raced out of the room, following the trail of black liquid. It led me back through the campus, straight to the old building. The darkness felt darker now, the air thick, as if the entire campus was suffocating under the weight of the pool's influence. I descended the stairs once more this time, my heart in my throat. The black pool was waiting for me, its surface still and menacing, like a mouth waiting to swallow me whole. But this time, I was prepared. The archives had mentioned the settlers using fire to seal the pool. It was the only thing that had weakened the connection between our world and whatever lurked beneath. I had grabbed some lighter fluid from the maintenance closet on my way here, and now I stood at the edge of the pool, the bottle in one hand and a lighter in the other. The black liquid pulsed, almost as if it recognized me. The air hummed with an unnatural energy, and from the depths of the pool, I could see shapes, twisted, human-like figures, writhing just beneath the surface. "You can't have me," I whispered, stepping closer to the edge. "You can't have any of us." With that, I poured the lighter fluid around the pool's perimeter, the smell of gasoline suffocating me. I flicked the lighter, the small flame dancing in the darkness. For a brief moment I hesitated, then I dropped the flame. The fire roared to life, racing around the edge of the pool. The black water hissed and bubbled, thrashing violently as the flames licked at its surface. The entire room shook as the pool recoiled, the figures beneath the surface screeching in agony. I backed away, watching as the fire consumed the black liquid, its hold on this world weakening. The pool shrank, its surface churning wildly until, with one final shriek, it collapsed in on itself, disappearing into nothingness. The fire burned out quickly, leaving only silence in its wake. The air felt lighter, the oppressive weight lifted. It was over. I collapsed to the ground exhausted, the adrenaline finally draining from my body. I had done it. The pool was gone. Whatever ancient evil had been lurking beneath the campus was sealed away once again. But as I lay there catching my breath, I knew that something was still watching me. The water might be gone, but its influence lingered. And I knew deep down that the darkness would never truly be gone. Not entirely.